Hi students, I am Deepak Bhabur from New Catholic Mission School, Jhabwa. Students of 9th class, I welcome you to this English class. Today we are going to study about the book. Book is Beehive, and from the same book we are going to deal with a lesson, A Truly Beautiful Mind. That is the third lesson from book Beehive. It is a literature portion. Dear students, from the theme itself we understand a truly beautiful mind. We just ask questions, how a scientist can be a beautiful, or how a scientist's mind can be a beautiful. So we are going to study about Albert Einstein, the great scientist. He did many great things for the development of our society, or he contributed so many things for the development of this country and the world. So we are going to deal with it. Please pay attention and try to understand the lesson. About the characters, the characters there are two characters. They have played a major role in this lesson to accomplish the lesson. Albert Einstein, he was a genius. No doubt he was a genius person. Means a very intelligent, extraordinary we can say. And peace activist. Yes. In spite of having lot of knowledge, he was also a peace activist. Means he was not in favor of disturbing, he was not in favor of interfering anyone's peace and harmony, but was not a successful family man. Yes, dear students, we understand. Highly educated people, they are good in some things, but they lack some things in their lives. In the same manner, Albert Einstein was lacking things. That was his family life was not a successful one. His theories are being proven correct today. People and the scientists, they refer or they go through Albert Einstein's theory. They are found to be correct. They are found to correct, and they also refer them in order to take help. Dear students, the second character, Mileva Mary, Einstein's first wife. We will understand, we will go through the lesson and try to understand how she was, and she was the first wife of Einstein and mother of his two sons. Yes, Einstein, he also he had two sons from his first wife. She lost interest in her intellectual ambition and divorced him after 16 years of marriage. Thing was that she became a housewife after marrying. Though she was having plenty of knowledge, or she was as intellectual or intelligent as Einstein, but she did not get a proper platform to explore her intellectual power, and she remained as a housewife, and she became very unhappy, or she was sad of her married life, and finally or ultimately after 16 years both of them were separated. Dear students, let us understand about Einstein, the scientist, great scientist, something more. Albert Einstein was born on 14th March in 1879. Okay, this was the time he born. 1879, the 14th March, in the German city of Ulm. This is a place where Einstein took birth. Okay, he was born in Germany, the city of Ulm. till the age of 2.5 years. Okay, we understand children, people or parents expect children of 2 years old, they do certain activities at their own level. He could not speak. Einstein was not in position to speak, or he could not speak. And when he started speaking, okay, it is said that when he started speaking, he was not speaking correctly, or there was no clarity in his words. He spoke every word twice. Means, suppose this is a chalk, he used to utter twice, like chalk. This type of problem he was having. His playmates considered him to be boring, and his mother thought that he was crazy because of the abnormally large size of his head. Dear students, here mother and the people, they expected, even the friends or his playmates, we can say his classmates, they also consider Einstein as a boring personality. Why? Because he was very much interested in the mechanical toys. Though he was intelligent, but at the same time he did not play with his playmates, and he used to be little bit away from his playmates and classmates. Therefore his playmates and classmates, all they said that this is a boring person or boring child. And mother also considered him as a little bit abnormal. Why? Because he was having a large size of head. At the school, his headmaster regarded him as stupid. Yes, teachers supposed to appreciate the children. Teachers or headmasters, they supposed to appreciate children, but headmaster, being a head of a school, he did not appreciate. In spite of that, or in place of that, he said this abusive word. We can, nowadays we say abusive word. How? Because they feel or they get angry and they start using certain words like stupid. He was given the title stupid and also good for nothing. Yes, these are the two words made him very disappointed. But he proved them all wrong. After all, he was a very intelligent person. In 1945, what happened when America dropped the atomic bombs? Dear students, we are just going through Einstein's personally, okay, personal attachment. Atomic bombs on Nagasaki and Hiroshima. He was deeply hurt. This person was deeply hurt and wrote to United Nations for the formation of a world government to prevent recurrence of such destruction. He spent his later days in politics and democracy, advocating world peace and democracy. He died at the age of 76 in the year 1955. Now let us understand the introduction, or let us go through the introduction of chapter. This chapter is about Albert Einstein. We have spoke many things about Albert Einstein. At the same time, let us also go through the introduction and try to understand the concept of the lesson. He was a great scientist, no doubt. Einstein was a great scientist. The title of the chapter, A Truly Beautiful Mind, refers to Albert Einstein. This chapter or this title, A Truly Beautiful Mind, it refers the great scientist Albert Einstein. This is a short biography of his, okay. This we are going through, this is a short biography of Albert Einstein, where some of his qualities have been highlighted. Not more, but then some of his qualities are highlighted in this lesson. We will come across many qualities further. Albert's interest in mathematics, yes, try to understand, dear students, here he was having a lot of interest in mathematics and physics, and also his humanitarian attribute, means he has attachment to the nature, or to nature as well as humanitarian attribute. The title, A Truly Beautiful Mind, makes one wonder. Yes, one wonder how we or I, you and I also wonder about this title. How a scientist can have a beautiful mind, a truly beautiful mind. That how can a scientist mind be a beautiful? It's so because in this lesson we come across another aspect of Einstein. Yes, what is that aspect? Another aspect of Einstein we are going to study. He was a humanitarian. That means he has feeling towards humanitarian. He doesn't feel he is separated or he is a very highly educated person, but he has some type of attachment or feeling towards humanity. He advocated world peace, non-violence, and that's how the title refers to him as a truly beautiful mind. Moreover, he advocates world peace. What does he advocate? He advocates world peace means he appeals people. He appeals people, do not destroy this beautiful place, our beautiful planet. It is for human being to enjoy or to spend time. Non-violence also, he was against non-violence. His entire life. That's why the title refers to him as a truly beautiful mind. Dear student, let's go through the point wise. What does chapter say in detail? Albert Einstein was born in 1879 in Germany. His mother thought him to be abnormal because of his large head, as I explained you in the introduction part. Mother thought that he is having a very big head or large size of head, and therefore this child is abnormal. Mother just assumed, or mother said like that. During his childhood, what are the things occurred in his life? Albert did not play with other children, preferring mechanical toys instead. As I told you that he preferred to spend with mechanical toys. He did not want to play, or he was not interested in other friendships and going out and playing so many things or doing so many things, but then he used to spend his most of time with mechanical toys. During his school days, he did well in studies. Yes, during his studies, he did not just feel boring about his studies, but then he did well, and he was quite well in studies. He was quite good in studies, though not impressing his headmaster. Yes, he was studying not in order to impress his teachers or headmasters, but then he was studying for himself. However, he became a gifted amateur violinist. Yes, one thing is referred here or said. He was a gifted amateur violinist. Amateur means personal, or we can say private profession, or doing things for himself. So he was doing things for himself. He played violin at the age of 6 years. Of course, it is said somewhere at the age of 6 years he played violin, and he was good at it. He left school at the age of 15 due to the strict regimentation. Regimentation means discipline there. Means some of the schools are having very strict rules and regulation, and he did not want to continue in such a situation or such school, his studies. So he took decision to leave that school, because he cannot obey, he cannot go through such disciplines and regimentation. So at the age of 15 he left this school because of lot of rules and regulation. He shifted to Switzerland to continue his scientific studies at the University of Zurich. Okay, here something happened. Parents, they shifted to Switzerland, and there he continued his studies, further studies at the University of Zurich. In the university, he fell in love with a fellow, yes, his personal life. He fell in love with a fellow student. A fellow student was Mileva Messi, a Serbian girl. That means she comes from this country, Serbia. And therefore the girl is known as Serbian girl, and she comes from Serb, and he fell in love with this student, and the name of the girl was Mileva Messi. Further says, after securing a job, he also secured his job. He married Mileva, and they had two children. Securing job, he got the job in bureau or in office. Yes, he got a job in office, patent office we say. Patent means where inventions are invented by people, and he used to check them whether they are right or wrong. So he became the master. However, they gradually grew apart and divorced after 16 years of marriage. As I told in the part of introduction, their married life was not a happy life, and they decided to be separated. Dear students, after that, what happened? After graduating, Einstein found a stable job. He graduated and he found a stable job as a technical expert in the patent office in Bern. Yes, this is the place where he found his job. And what was his job? He to go through the inventions and check whether they are correct or they are done well or not. There he continued his scientific experiments side by side. He was having a job. At the same time, he was developing his own talents too. He was developing his own talents too, side by side. He was going through one experiment, or he was doing something. What was he doing? We will understand in the coming points. In 1905, he stated his special theory of relativity. Yes, he stated in this year he stated his own theory, the theory of relativity. The theory of relativity which related time and distance. Yes, and this theory was completely related to time and distance. His theory here stated in the year 1905, and it was about time and distance. Giving rise to the well-known, he gave a formula, that is this E equal mc2 equation relating mass to energy. E means this is energy, okay? Energy, mass to C equation. In 1905, he published his general theory. Yes, after this theory, he became very popular. After this theory, he became very popular, world popular. Okay. In the 1915, he published his general theory of relativity, which resulted in his being awarded the Nobel Prize for Physics. Yes. After this theory he published, and this theory resulted in his being awarded the Nobel Prize for Physics in 1921. When the Nazis gained political power in Germany in 1933, Einstein shifted to USA. There was a reason. Why did he shift to USA? Because Nazis came in power. And in that time Adolf Hitler, he was a powerful person, and he would be using, or he wanted to use this type of sources. Means we can understand the Einstein. He was a scientist, and Adolf Hitler could have taken help from this scientist. So before he consulted him, before he would have consulted him, this person shifted to USA. Sorry. Further it says, when Germany developed nuclear fusion, this nuclear fusion means what? Means there was a process going on to destroy the world, And who was doing this? Germany, Adolf Hitler power. They were arranging, or they were preparing this nuclear fusion. Okay, fission, and this was a process to destroy the world. And it was known to Einstein. Okay, Albert Einstein, it was known to him, and all scientists of the world, they were very much having very much worrying about this nuclear fission. So one of the colleague persuaded Einstein to write to the president of USA, because they wanted the president to know what is happening in this world, or what is happening in Germany. So one of a colleague persuaded Einstein, because Einstein was good person to introduce something, whatever he wanted to introduce, he could introduce it well to the president. So he wrote the name of this one, Franklin Roosevelt, about the large scale devastation. Large scale devastation means this nuclear fission was being prepared. It can destroy a large scale devastation, okay, devastation, a nuclear bomb, and could cause. This resulted in the USA developing its own nuclear bombs, and because this nuclear fission was being prepared in Germany, it caused for the USA, they started, because it resulted to the USA, and they started preparing, they started their own bomb, or they started their own nuclear fission, its own nuclear bombs, and using them on Japan near the end of the war. Yes, near the end of the war, they started using it on Japan. Shocked by the extent of the destruction caused by these bombs, and Einstein was shocked, because Einstein wanted the Franklin to know about the activity of Germany, but in spite of stopping, in spite of taking any action against this country, they started preparing, or they started building. And what happened later on, Einstein wrote to the United Nations, now United Nations, to stop the arms build up by forming a world government, okay. And now he wrote to to let them know, but then now at this time, this person is writing a letter to United Nations to stop the unusual activities taking place all over the world. He used his popularity to campaign, yes, because we know he was very popular person. Why? Because of his general theory and relativity, and other theories, he did great things, and because of such great things, he became very popular in the world. So his popularity he wanted to use. His popularity he wanted to campaign for peace and democracy. Yes, now he was worrying, or he has consultation to this person, and now he was creating this type of atmosphere by campaigning peace and democracy during the next 10 years. Till his death in 1955. In 1955, he was celebrated as visionary and world citizen. Yes, he was known as visionary, and also at the same time world citizen, as much as a scientist genius. So dear students, with this we are going to conclude the lesson. We came to know many ups and downs in the life of Einstein. In spite of great scientist, he failed many things. Many things were not in a proper way happening in the country or in the world. So he appealed people, and he requested, and he did so many things in favor of the humanity or humanitarian. Moral questions here, there are two questions you need to go through. Why did Einstein write a letter to Franklin Roosevelt? Okay, why did he write? He wrote letters. Why did he write? Because he had feeling. He had the we feeling towards human. And the next question says, how did Einstein react to the bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki? See, two questions are there. He also had certain feelings and he reacted. The bomb dropped on the place Hiroshima and Nagasaki. So these are the two questions you need to understand. Go through the chapters and try to get the concept of the lesson. Thank you very much.